Welcome back, friends. Today we're down here at the range. We're gonna do a little shooting here. We have a beautiful week, late January, 70-degree days all week. So where else, do you want to be except out on the range? I have been shooting this little gem here. This is my CZ P01 Omega in compact carry pistol division in Idpa. Really wasn't planning on shooting it in that division. It was just a gun I wanted to have to shoot and have fun. But I had to send my SP01 Shadow off to have some work done. I've been shooting in the carry optics division and still wanted to shoot the matches, so I brought this thing out. And let me tell you, I've shooting iron sights. I actually shot it pretty well, and I had a hell of a time. So kind of got me to thinking about the CCP division. So I was talking to one of the guys a few weeks ago at the range who's actually a master level CCP shooter. He's in a different division now. And I said, well, if I was going to buy a gun, or if you were going to buy a gun now to shoot, back in CCP, what would you look at? And he says, well, I would look at the Dan Wesson DWX Compact. And I said, really? Okay, so I did. So here it is. We got it down here at the range to have a little fun with. Strangely enough, in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, which is where I live close to, with all the gun stores that we have, nobody had one. Most of them hadn't even seen one. Found this on Gunbroker, a couple $100 less than MSRP as well. And no credit card fee. Man, they shipped it the next morning. It was great. So we hadn't had a chance to take it to the range. I wanted to come down here and work from the draw and stuff, but got all my holsters packed. Got my mag pouch packed. Everything's good. Forgot my gun belt. So we're not gonna be running any stages today. We're just gonna have a little fun with it, put it through its paces. Now, when I did pick it up from the FFL to indoor gun range, we took it out and we shot a few mags through it, but just some blazer brass and stuff like that. Today I wanted to shoot my competition loads through it and see how it works. Now, in case you don't know about this gun, this is a collaboration between CZ and Dan Wesson. Dan Wesson is known for building some really nice 1911s, and this one's kind of no exception. This is obviously a double stack 1911, or as we call them down here in Texas, a 2011. And when I got this thing in, I mean, the fit is really nice. There's just very little movement in the slide, what we'd expect from Dan Wesson. Although this is a mass-produced gun, it's not gunsmith fitted or anything like that, but it doesn't have any mem parts to it at all. It's got an alloy frame, stainless slide, and feels really good. I think it weighs around 30 ounces, and it meets all the specifications for the CCP division as far as weight and size go. Now, they intended this gun, I'm guessing, to be a carry gun. I'm not a guy that carries a single action hammer-fired pistol for a concealed weapon, but some people might, but that's not my gig. But it's missing two things, and no one seems to know why. And that one thing is an optics cut, the other thing is a pick rail. Doesn't make a lot of difference to me because this is going to be a competition gun, but it sure would have been nice to have those on there already. I think this would be a much more popular gun if it was. A few other things that are going to be a challenge for me and already have been a challenge, and if I'm going to use this for competition, the first thing was a holster. Now, if you'll go look at my other video, how I solved the holster problem on this, it was a little bit of work, but we got it done. But I went to all the main holster manufacturers. There's not a single website where you can click on a Dan Wesson Compact and get a holster for it. So you're gonna have to mess around with that a little bit, but it was pretty easy. The other thing is the sight system. As you can see, it comes with an Ameriglow tritium sight, which is great for indoors. Out here in the sun, everybody really wants a fiber optic, and I do too. Can't find one. I have contacts out at every major sight company, and we're still waiting. So trying to figure out something to do on the sight here. The other thing are the grips. I really like these lock grips. I'm kind of a palm swell guy, and they don't have them in their catalog either. They're looking now to try to figure out what exactly is going to fit the Dan Wesson. But these are aluminum grips from Henning. They do have pretty nice grip to them. I like them. They're just a little thin for me. And Henning does make some good stuff. So we're waiting on grips. So holster, sight, grips, but wait, there's more. So let me show you here. We do have a loaded mag. We are at the range. We're pointed down range, but I want to show you something. Now the fit and finish on this gun is superb. I mean, take a look at that. I mean, it's just beautiful. And that's great for most applications if you're just looking at it. But in a competition situation, you want a gun that you're going to be able to strip away the mag in case there's a malfunction. And in this case, you can't. So we're searching for a mag plate for it. There are some mag plates that will fit, but this mag well and this base plate are so closely fitted, it won't allow it to go up in the mag, or up into the mag well and completely engage and feed around. So we've got a problem there. I did talk to Mr. Henning at Henning, is it Henning Equipment? I forget what it is, but they're the ones that make these really nice aluminum grips. They also make these aluminum base pads, and they make a variety of other base pads. And very nice. Got instant feedback from them. And he's saying, yeah, we could probably do something, but is there a market for it? And my response was, I don't think there is yet. So we went out to look for some other solutions. You can run a 17 round CZ mag in here. By the way, this thing runs CZ 75 magazines. So if you've got a CZ around, now the one out of my P01 will not fit, but the ones out of my SP01 will fit. They're going to hang out and they're going to look a little goofy, but at least you can strip a mag. Won't fit in the Idpa box unless you have a 17 round just factory mag with a steel plate on the bottom. CZ USA also makes a mag plate for this. Sticks out just a little bit, and that might be our only solution at this point. So you can see there are some challenges to making this a racer, if you will. And once I get through all that, I'm going to make a video and show you exactly what it takes to get a different sight on this, different grips on this, what mags will fit, what mags won't, base plates, things like that. And so if you decide you want to run it as a racer, you'll be able to do it too. So I tell you what, while we're here, let's run a couple mags through this. Now, like I said, I did shoot this at the indoor range a little bit just to get a feel for the trigger, and it's pretty nice. It is, on my gauge, it's about 4.5 pounds. Tell you what, just take a look at it here. About 4.5 pounds. We got very little take up to the wall, and then comes through. Reset is crazy. It's just like that. So anyway, I think once I get used to the trigger, it'll be pretty cool. I'm also going to shoot this. I'm going to do a comparison. I'll do a different video on that. This gun versus my P01. Now, we have had some work done at Cajun on this. But I gotta tell you, this is one sweet shooting gun, but you know, it's a complete different trigger system. This one here has a 1911 trigger in it. So, but what I want to do is I want to find out about these magazines. Number one is this thing going to send the slide forward when, you know, we're in full slide lock mode? So if I need to do a mag change, the good thing about these CZs is when these things are slide lock like this, you slam a mag in there, at least all mine, slide goes forward. I don't have to worry about slingshotting it. I don't have to worry about, you know, hitting the slide release or anything like that. So one motion takes care of two things. So it's one thing I really like about these guns. Now, what I do know is that my P01 Omega mags, yeah, they'll fit in here. Everything's great, and it'll feed the very first round, but it won't feed anything after that. So we know those mags won't work. I understand the compact mags will fit. Don't know that for sure. but if you have some, try it. But the other thing we want to find out today is, since I have a bunch of these mags for my carry optic gun, my SP01 Shadow, will they work? So same thing, will it run the slide forward if we go from slide lock? That'll keep me from buying more of these mags. So let's see how that works, and we'll just put it through a few paces and see what we get. So let's start with a standard mag. Goes forward just like we thought it would. And then we're going to try the SP01 mag. So not bad, 227. Two. 194. I think we got one round left. Let's just take that out. Go again. Okay. SP01 mag. No bueno. Let's see if it'll run though. And if you have to manipulate the slide release, it's gonna be tough. Gonna take a slingshot, I think. So it cycled around. Let's see if it'll cycle the rest of the bullets here. So, SP01 mag will not let it go forward, will run all around. The standard mags work just fine. Mag release is very nice, very positive. No problems there. And when you are at slide lock, one thing I noticed, you can't bang the mag in there. You have to really slam it in there for it to go. Don't have a round in it, that's why it didn't go forward. But if you just do it like that, slide's not going to go forward. You're going to have to really do it with some authority and it'll go. So there you have it. A few rounds downrange with the Dan Wesson DWX Compact. So far, so good. We're going to get past some of these challenges on the grip, base plate, sight, you know. Once I get those all settled, I'll put those out in another video for you. But if you're looking for a new gun for, say, CCP, I want to check it out. So until next time, you guys be safe, keep that muzzle pointed downrange, and we hope to see you out on the range. Adios.